Hi, this is Shauna. I gotta use my real name, sorry. This is Shauna from Ring of Light Crafts. Forgive me, I got a cough drop in my mouth. I have been having that cough. Sorry. Get rid of that, that's rude. Today, we are going to make... Sorry. Okay. Almost out of my mouth. So we're going to be making our candy canes. Candies, not kings, but the candies. And this is actually done out of a 14-inch Dollar Tree frame that you can go into any Dollar Tree, assuming they got them, and purchase them there. Comes to $1.08 with tags. Or you can go online and order by quantity. And so long as they still have the item, of course. On this, there's something I want to point out because I ran out of them, so I don't have one for today. These backings, I used an orange on this one because it was my last one, and since it was for me, I figured why not. These backings are from the Dollar Tree. They're like a foam. I guess you can use them, I don't know about hot plate, but I don't know how to explain what they're even for, but they work excellent for backings to help protect walls and stuff like that. Like I said, I used the orange because that's the one I had left. And then all you do is punch a hole with either scissors or with a hole puncher if you have one. Couldn't find mine. So just punch the holes in with scissors. Do a few until you got it nice and secure. You rotate the top of your zip tie so that you can hide them so they won't scratch no one's wall. And which is something I haven't done yet, you can go around and you can put a dab of glue on them to also make sure that they don't mess up anybody's walls. I know it's important to make sure we don't mess up anybody's homes. Once again, this is done on a 14-inch frame. And let's get started. Let me toss that one over here. Oh, not toss. Okay, let's not toss it over there. I'm in the process of emptying my cabinet full of flowers. Probably kill all my flowers, right? Thank God they're not real. All right, so the first thing you need would be scissors. Hi, Monica. Would be scissors, your reframe, your mesh, which mine is unrolled because I actually was making it into a Christmas tree. However, I didn't have enough to complete the Christmas tree, so I tore it apart, and I didn't want to waste the mesh because it can get expensive. So I'm going to go ahead and use that. I usually find my mesh, I can't say it, either at my girlfriend's house in Coalinga. I really like that lady. Or go to Walmart or Hobby Lobby, Michael, stuff like that. And pick any kind you want, because with this, you can do it any color you want. I'm actually going to get ready to make a purple one as well. On the frame here, Monica, in case you didn't get to see, this is what we're making today. We're actually going to be making what was in the photograph this time. We got lucky, I guess. I got lucky. Anyways, there you go. On the frame, if you want to order them, starting from the very first Nemo to the very end, because I never know which one is important, the very last or the second one in. And that Nemo is 63927701030. Very last Nemo, the small one, is an 8. Dollar Tree frame. $1.08, can't beat it. All right, and then once again, you will also need pipe cleaners. I'm recycling these. These are the ones I had on my Christmas tree that I tore apart. So I'm going to go ahead and use them. You will also need your wire, a pro bowl, the hand, or make your bowls by hand if you know how to do that. A lot of people do. I'm not so great at it. I'm still learning. And I can't think of anything else we need except for our ribbons, our ties. So let's get started. I am going to move my scissors out of the way so I don't cut my arm. My luck, I will. I'm going to lower the frame so you guys can see. Okay, the first thing you want to do is you want to locate some sides where the angle is here. Oh, and by the way, just so everybody know, you can go to YouTube. I do not recall the lady's name, but you can find how to do this on YouTube as well. So anyways, find your cross on your Wreath frame, and you go ahead and, whoops, that one didn't get cut for some reason. It should have been put there. You find your, okay, a lot of them got mixed in and didn't get cut. Anyways, that's okay, it doesn't matter. Just cut them. Cut it in half. And what I know is this is actually going to be my secure link here. It's going to be the one that I kind of depend on for almost all of them here. So we want to go ahead and do that. And I'm going to do one on both sides just because I know I'm heading that way with it. So go ahead, and I usually twisting it once or twice. Why don't that want to go? It doesn't want to work for me. Come on, simplest thing. Okay, I'm just going to twist them twice. Oh my goodness, it does not want to stay. But that's okay because it's not going to matter in the long run. It will stay. Hi, Tammy. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start here. And once again, in case you didn't hear what I mentioned a moment ago, I am reusing mesh that was on a Christmas tree. So I'm not going to have it on a roll, in case you're wondering. But if you got yours on a roll and you're doing this, I'm sure it's so much easier than trying to upcycle or reuse one that I previously put in something else that can't get finished yet. Okay, so all you're going to do is gather. And you actually want to gather. I did not bring my thing over here. I hid it under my thing. Okay, you want to gather it together. Grab your little measuring thing. And I am going to start. I'm actually going to cut that off because that's going to bother me. It just doesn't look nice. And since it was going to get reused anyways. There we go. So it looks nice. It's just a nice part to start with. I'm going to gather it. And I'm going to do 10 inches. So there's my 10 inches. That's where I'm going to hold it. And we set that aside. And basically, I'm not going to worry about all the little ridges in this because, like I said, I'm reusing it. So we're going to go ahead and hook it on. And I'm going to do this tight. And I want a couple of times because I really want this one to be the secure one because everything else is kind of eventually hooked to this. You gather. Feel free to leave extra room, however much room you want. It's totally up to you. I don't want too much, but I am going to leave it a little puffy. So I'm going to come to my other end, which I don't know why that did not. Who?
Melinda.
Oh, hi, Melinda. I'm glad you can join us. We are making all candy. There it goes. It didn't want to meet for me. I'm sorry. We are making all little candy. I guess you call them like candy drops. I'm not sure. But anyways, you fasten it to one side. You have your 10 inch here. You want to make sure you have at least 10 inch on this side, okay? And then you fasten it to a cross bridge. So whatever cross bridge is on one side, you want to make sure there's one handy on the other side, and they usually are, at least with the Dollar Tree form. I don't know about the other one. I'm leaving a little bit of give, not too much, just a little. And then I'm going to go ahead and fasten it on the other side. Now, I will be cutting. That's why I need my scissors. But it's not a lot of cutting. It's not like, okay, I just want to secure that. Those are my main two pieces. So if I have 10 inches on that side, I do want 10 inches on this side. Remove my Probo. And you'll see why. Because I'm actually going to cut it there. I know it's kind of hard if you guys see it. I'm just going to cut it, nothing fancy, and let it go. Alrighty. Now, okay, my mesh is, like I said earlier, in case you didn't hear, it's all enrolled because I had a Christmas tree I was using. But I didn't have enough to finish the tree, so I took it apart, and I'm just going to be using my material. So now what I'm going to do is go ahead, and I'm also doing the same thing with the ties as well. I'm going to go ahead and cut this one. I had a bunch cut. Somehow I mixed them. I probably moved them on top. So you already got your foam here secured, right? The next thing you're going to do is pick a side, whichever side you want. I'm going to start towards me because maybe get that out of my way. I'm just going to show you. All I'm doing is adding another tie right there. It's okay that it's not secure. And do it nice and tight. Don't worry about it being secure. It's going to move. Matter of fact, you can actually probably add a couple here and just work with one in each because you know you're going to be total. Okay, so here we go. We got this one here. We already got this cut. What I'm going to do, I'm sorry guys, I have to turn it towards me. I wish I had a better view for you. What you're going to do is take your mesh that you just cut. Obviously, I did not cut mine very well. So unfortunately, I am going to waste that little bit. Kind of sucks, but that's okay. It does happen, and it's just the way it goes. So you just cut it away and start again. Normally, it would not be like this, but like I said, I am reusing it off another project. So you go ahead and you gather, okay? And I want to, once again, I want to measure my that's a lie, my 10 inches. So from about here to here, my 10 inches. And then I'm going to go ahead and right next to that one, here's the crucial part, guys. Right next to that one, I'm going to lay it. I hope you can see this. And I want to tie it tight. Yes, it's moving. It's okay. Because once we get this tied in here nice and snug, what I'm going to do is bring that together with the other one. And I'm going to hook it with the original tie. I don't really care what they look like because this one's pretty much out. And now we got the other two we're going to work with. You can work with that. It doesn't matter. But I just want to get it secure. So this is my little towel for the little bow. This will not be seen, so it's okay. Go ahead, gather your mesh again. Oops, move my scissors. I'm about to cut myself with them again. And come on down. Kind of adjust it how you like it, the height you want it at. And on the other side, go ahead and take your pipe cleaner again. I'm putting them on a very outside line, rim, whatever you want to call it. And I am going to hook that right on there and get that twisted. I'm just twisting it twice because I really want it sturdy. And what I'm going to do is, just like I did on the other side, I don't know if you can see me. I got to get a better camera here. The way that you can see is I'm just going to, before I even make this one tight, I'm going to look, I didn't give myself much give here. And I want just a little bit give. So I'm just going to pull it just a little bit through there. Okay, there's my give. Okay, and now I'm going to tie it down nice and tight. And it's okay if it's moving because once again, I'm going to bring it, going to combine these two ties. So out of the 4 ties you got sticking up there, combine the middle 2 on the side. Okay, so there you go. Now I have got to cut off my edge, my end. And once again, we're doing 10 inches. I'm just going to gather it to 10. Even though I have to straighten it out, that's all right. Because eventually you won't have to cut too much. But the first 3 parts, you have to cut it. And that's pretty cool. I got something that popped up. We don't need to end nothing. We're doing good, I think. Okay, let's bring it back down here, guys. Sorry about that. I don't know what that was. Hopefully you all can hear me well. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pull it. And I'm going to measure it my 10 inches again on this side here, which was approximately there. I'm going to cut it. Not my fingers. Okay, let it go. Once again, doesn't matter if it's perfect. It's all right. So now I did my 2, and I actually want 3 with the long tails. So we'll go ahead and do it one last time. on this one. And once again, because of how I cut it, I got to trim it. Normally, guys, you just really don't have to do all this extra trimming. But I couldn't see thrown away beautiful mesh. I just couldn't do it. So, I'm going to go ahead and gather. And I am going to pull it. Because once again, ooh, I'm so glad my foot wasn't there. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and measure it. We're just going to do approximately 10 inches again. And I already have my tie here. I don't know if you guys can see it. But all I'm doing is the exact same thing I done all the way through. And then once we tie it to the other end is when the real fun begins. So let's go ahead and fasten this nice and secure. And if you get a piece too short, too long, you can always trim it. That's what's the beauty about this. You can just do it the way you like it. Once again, you bring it to your outer tie. And you just tie that puppy on there nice and secure. That way you don't have to go back a million times and do it again later. Okay, so let me get rid of that. Oh. Okay, so we're good. And then I'm going to go ahead and bring my other side over here to the end. And I do need a tie here. I am sorry. These are all cut, believe it or not, except for that was the last taken off of that tree. And they got mixed in, so I apologize for that delay. And then once again, we're just going to hook it to the rim. I know you can't see this. I'm sorry. I will show you again. Okay. The next part does get a little easier. Hopefully you'll be able to see it better. Once we get all the excess out of the way. Let go. Come on. No. And we'll stop. Okay, we got it. Once again, we're just going to do the exact same thing we just did. And we're going to pull it over. Excuse me. And before I lock it, I want to bring it up to where I have to have it so I can loosen a little if I have to. Okay, good enough. It will work just like that. And I'm going to tie that little bit there. I'm going to do it at least 2-3 times. I think that's 3. And we got to pull it to the other one. And if I didn't secure it, which I did not, see, I should have done it 3, not once. It came undone. Don't worry about it. Just do it again. And we'll secure. Now bring that one over to those because you have to connect them. And I'm just going to do it 3 times and push them down. You're pretty much done with these twisties here, except for the outer ones. Once you do that. Okay. Oh, cut off my 10 inches. Cannot forget that. Now this will be the last of the 10 inches I have to cut. So let me just get it cut. It won't be perfect, but that's all right. I will adjust them later. All right. Now what we're going to do is move that out of my way so it quits falling on me. I'm going to go ahead and take a few of the ties. And I want to say it was 4 on each side it equaled out to be. So I'm just going to go ahead and add a couple little twists there and add 1 little tie. Unfortunately, I am missing a lot of people, but I'm glad those that came are here. Please feel free to like and share if you wish. Follow. She'll help me out a lot. Okay, so here we go. We're just twisting these on. I am going to go ahead and add 4 to each side, just because that's what my last one equaled out to be. And it could have been because I done my ribbon a little tighter too, so I may have to take them off, but that's okay. I'll go ahead and put 4 on here. And yeah, I'm putting them all right together. So I think I'm going to go ahead and just leave it at 3. Take that one back off. And let's put it on this side. And put it here on the outside. Once again, just loop those suckers in there. Come on, little. There we go. Okay, so all I'm doing here is getting my 3 on here. And now the fun part's really going to begin. I like this next part because it seems to be a lot faster than trying to cut every section. You know, the 10 inches and so on and so forth. But this one is just a lot easier than that. Get my fingers in there. Here we go. Hi, baby. And then there we go. Okay, so I got 3 on each side. Let me toss those over there. So I wanted to show how to do it without cut pieces. I'm going to set that aside, and I'm going to grab the rest, which I set right over here. That came off that tree. I know it's a mess, guys, but I can't seem to waste this. It's too pretty. And the reason why I like it without cutting the pieces is because, you'll see. I'm going to go ahead and, no, I'm not going to cut that. Let me pull that down first. You're going to gather it. You're going to leave a couple of inches at the end, okay? No longer 10 inches, just a few, and you'll see why. All I'm going to do is gather, hook it to my tie I have here, just like I did all the other ones. And now you're starting to fill in your candy. And I'm going to do 3. I did 3. Once again, I'm pulling it close to the other one, and I am going to go ahead and lock it in again. And then I'm going to lay it this way and tuck it. You can curl them too, you guys, and just kind of like a guarantee they don't come back out, but I still need that side. I can't do that yet. So here's this, and I did that side. Once again, you're just holding it, pulling it to the other side. Leave a little in there to adjust and play with if you like. Or you can do it really tight too. It's totally up to you. I want mine loose. So I already got my piece here on. And go ahead and I'm going to tie it down. Tie it in there. And yeah, if you get it a little too loose, you can unhook it and make it tighter. Totally up to what you want. Anyways, let me get this tied on here. That looks okay. So I'm going to do it 3 because I learned my lesson. And then you go ahead and you tie the 2 together. Remember, just leave that on the outer side. And I'm going to do 2. And you can 3. And you can fold them. Because this part will never show once you put your ribbons on there. Or flowers, whatever you want to do. And it will also just help them not come up or come off. Okay, so I'm just going to screw them down there. Now, I got this. Now, the neat part about this, why I said there won't be so much cutting, is now all you do is you don't cut it again. You simply pull it down. You go to your next one down here, which I do have all this. Put that way, baby, please. Thank you. It's so much easier on a roll, guys. Kid just wrapped herself in it. She's funny. Okay, so you just gather it down. You can adjust it. And one good thing about this is once you put it on there, you can always tuck under and fold, stuff like that. Now I'm gathering it to my pipe cleaner on this side. Remember, I did not cut it on this side. Don't cut these again. Let me see if I can back that up just a little so you can get a better view. I hope you can see. I didn't have to cut it. See, I just kind of rolled it over and you drag it across. Little leeway, and then I'm just going to attach it. From this point on, the only time you're going to have to cut it is if you have to add extra material because you ran out, which I might because, like I said, this is recycled mesh. It's supposed to go on my Christmas tree. So we're just going to do it again, and we're going to twist the 2 outer ones together. Feel free to fold them, get them out of your way like you would on any other wreath. It's totally up to you, depending what you're going to use on it, of course. Leave your outer one. I got that ready. Once again, I'm just not cutting it. No more cutting for a few minutes. Anyways, this is, I think, the funnest part because you pretty much got this. You grab it and you stretch it the way you like it. You can adjust it as fat as you want it, loose as you want it, tight as you want it. And then you go ahead, get to the other end. Oops, get over here. Okay, and I'm going to bring that up to where I'm going to hook it to so it will actually be tight enough and long enough. I don't want to short myself out here. Oops, nope, not the mesh, just a twist tie. Going to twist it about 3 times. And then once again, the same thing. Take it to the outer one that you just left off on the other twist tie and twist it. And you don't have to cut your twist ties in half, guys. For people like me, it probably would have been a lot easier if I did not because of the nerve damage in my hands. Okay, and there's that. But I cut them short because, like I said, I'm reusing them. Okay, now the next thing is we just simply continue what we did. Now, we already done it, the original 3, the long pieces. And now I put on 3 extra ones, and it looks like we looped it through twice, I think, if I remember correctly. And we're going to do the same thing. You just grab it and pull your mesh. Oops, sorry, that's in the screen, guys. And pull your mesh. I don't want it to be that boldy, so let me catch it. There you go. And pull it to the other side. There's my tie. Now, one thing I am doing that I noticed, and I didn't really mention, before I tie it, like some people would just tie it here, I have to make it too short because I'm going to have to push it way over here. And it does go up just a little, but enough that might make a difference at the final stage. So once again, you're just going to go ahead and tie it on tight. I'm twisting about 3-4 times because my luck. The extra piece, original heel, that little teeny piece, leave it. You're not doing nothing with it right now. Okay, now I'm going to find my extra tie here, which hid from me. I need to combine these two. Here we go. Okay. And we tuck that under and just fold that a little and get rid of it. Okay, that's the one I need. So, do I have one on this other side? I do still have one there. See, we're almost there, maybe 1 or 2 more. And then I'll have to start using pieces because it is upcycle, I guess you can call it. Anyways, pull it to the next side. Now you can see how it's getting fluffy, maybe not as fluffy as the middle. Feel free to pull it. Don't hesitate to pull it to adjust to what you want it to be. If your client asks for a real fluffy one, then adjust to that. Whoops, I got my tie twisted. I'm sorry. I know you can't really see, but it went under instead of over. Okay, there we go. So now what I'm going to do, there we go, get that mess under control. As I can see now, it looks okay. I'm just going to tie mine off. And I'm going to find my other piece of tie here. And I know you got that big loop there. That's why I said it's okay if you want to do a whole pipe cleaner instead of a half. But you just, once again, you're just doing the exact same thing. Just snug it. Make it work nice and firm, nice and tight. I should say not firm, but tight. And I'm just going to do that 4. And I'm going to tuck those out of my way. Keep this one available. I do, as you can tell, definitely have to have one more at the end to hide this. So I am going to go ahead and add my 4th one like I thought it would be, but I wasn't positive, to be honest with you. So here's my 4th on this side. Go ahead and add my 4th one over here. Oops, I get it go through there. You're going through the very first outer one, okay? So let me get that on there. Let me get this to twist. Okay, good enough. Now what I'm going to do, once again, you don't have to cut this yet. Just go ahead and loop that sucker right back down. It would be so much easier if it was still on the roll. Huh? But this mess actually was a gift, and I was supposed to make it into a tree, and the tree was just a lot bigger than what the mess was. And this is actually, with all the ones I've done like this, I have actually used 2 rolls of mesh. And this is my second one with this color mesh here. Okay, so let me quit talking here, make this a little loose, pay attention to what I'm doing. Okay, here we go. And go ahead, I'm going to fasten it down because I can't really tell because it's backwards for me. So I'm just going to barely fasten it down so I can check it out because I don't want this showing. So what you're going to do, remember that little extra, you're working it down. And then once you get to the edge and it covers the edge, we'll stop at that point. So I'm going to go ahead and go here. And I'm going to hook this one to the last one of my last one I just did. Again, Okay. Now see how it pulled up and now my frame's showing? That's because I still haven't gone back. My last point for my folds is actually on the opposite side. So I just was making sure that I actually had enough for the frame. And yay, we did it. And we bring it over here. Just kind of, remember I'm looking at it backwards, guys. So if you see anything that I'm not seeing, please let me know so I don't have to tear it apart and redo it. And if I have to tear it apart and redo it, that's okay too. That's how we learn, right? So I'm at my last side on this side. I'm going to go ahead and put this through my hoop. And before I pull it to my next one, because I am going to pull this last one tight, I want to make sure I have that little extra in there because I know that one has to hide the frame. All right, so we're going to tie it on tight. Nice and snug. And I'm going to get my last one again of the last one I just did. Make them reach. And I'm not going to worry about that no more. That's gone. And that will tuck under, so I don't need this one. I'm just going to pull it over. Maybe even turn it under. I'm not going to cut it off. Just in case I see something I don't like or I want to change. I have something I can grab and take off. Now here's the last part that you have to do is your little tiny bit here. And you're done on that side. Let me pass that side away. Now, don't worry about these pieces showing you guys, okay? Because like I said, by the time you're done, they're not really going to show. The extra part of this frame that's showing, that's when you start adjusting your wreath to cover it. So it will cover your frame. Now what you did on one side, you must do on the other. And so I know some of these pipe cleaners, I somehow mixed them up. See, some will cut, some will not. So let's just get a few of these cut. Alrighty, my hand's backwards, that's okay. And let me get this one done. All right, now get that off my hand. I got it made. And now, guys, because this is being reused, I have pieces. I don't have the long piece anymore. So what we're going to have to do is you're going to end up with a lot of the little pieces, and that's okay. I still have my ends. I can still hook them on. So let's go ahead. This post, you pretty much got the idea. If not, please let me know. I'll be happy to go through it again. I do not mind. I know I had 4 on this side, so I'm going to go ahead and add the 4. I had it on the other side, so I probably have it on this side. Okay. And let's see. Let's get that going. And the reason why I'm doing it so much is I just want to make sure they hold. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and do a 4th. And if we don't end up having to do the 4th on this side for whatever reason, maybe my puffs are a little bigger, then it's easy enough to take it off. At least this way it's there if you need it. What you do on one side, you must do on the other. So let's go ahead and get these fastened here. For those who were able to share and everything, I do thank you. And let me know what you think of this project. I'm also making a purple one like this. And this is also a way, in case some of you don't know, you can also do something very similar like what we're doing right here to make your Halloween pumpkin wreaths. Which I might show you guys that later if you guys are interested. Probably not today because I got to get back to the college, but later. In a later video, we can go over that. Okay, there's my 3, and I said we needed 4. I know, so much junk everywhere. I had my area all cleaned up, all put away. And then I decided, oh, look, I forgot a whole cabinet. And then I took stuff out of storage. I'm like, okay, well, it's time to redo everything. So anyways, I got my 4 ties on, I think. Nope. Yes, I do. Okay. Got my 4 ties. Now with this one, I'm going to turn this way just so it goes... I can see what I'm doing, and I'll show you guys though. Because now I have, no, don't you touch up there, that's mine. You little critter. It's not a human, it's an animal. Hi Jessica. Hi Jessica, how are you? Okay, now since I'm doing pieces, you guys, because, you know, it is being recycled, I'm just simply going to make sure that I use it. And for those that joining late, when I say recycle, this is not taken off of somebody else's design or something. This is new mesh. I simply had it on a Christmas tree. I'm going to gather this one because it is a piece. I had it on a Christmas tree and it wasn't enough mesh, so I took it off. So I'm calling it upcycling. So I'm just going to reuse it instead of wasting it. I mean, why waste, right? And there's my scissors. I'm going to make this even because it's all snag and I can't stand that. All right, here we go. So now this piece is big enough. I measured it. It's big enough and go from one side to the other. I can't turn it back this way now for you guys. So I'll go ahead and start over here. So I'm going to go ahead and find my little tie. There it is. So I had 4. Once again, that little piece that's being left over, don't let it bother you. All you got to do is put this right on there as tight as you can. Some people that can use zip ties that like to use them on these, go for it. I don't see why you couldn't. And once again, I'm going to hook it to the next one, nice and tight to the last one we just did. And I'm just going to curl them under. I think that looks a lot nicer curl, even though it won't ever be seen. Okay, and you grab it, your leftover, go to the other end. Now the reason why there's a lot of cutting, like I said, I am just reusing this mesh. I just couldn't bear to throw it away. It was too pretty. Otherwise, you just keep looping like you did on the other side, back and forth, 4 times. But in this case, well, we just got to make it work because I don't want to waste it. Okay, so you go ahead, whoops, and you fasten the side there. They do get kind of big and awkward, so just make sure your side part is cleaner than what mine is. I have my water and everything over there. And over here. Anyways, I'm just going to loop them. Put it down. There's my extra. Now this piece, if it's long and ugly and you don't like it, once again, you really don't have to worry about it, but I really don't need it that big, so why have it there? I am going to trim it just a little. Because see, all these pieces, these little pieces, they will be hidden and nobody will even know they're there if you don't tell them. All right, now let's gather another piece here that we got. You know what's funny? I think I have exactly 4 pieces of this mesh that thing cut off of the tree. So I'm going to turn it this way simply so I can make sure I have plenty of it. Okay, and I do. Let me turn it back so I can show you guys. Okay, so I got my twist ties already here, already doing a job, being in a way, and twisting up. Yay! No, seriously. Okay, so let's go ahead and hook on our next spot. All we do again is tie that puppy in there. So how you all doing today? Just get this tied in here, nice and snug. We're going to hook this piece again to the last piece we just put in there. And I'm doing it 4 times, and I'm just going to roll this down again. I don't want to cut these in case I decide I don't like it. I want to take a vote. Roll them down. I still have my extra piece over here somewhere. Oh, no, I don't, because I rolled it. Shame on me. I didn't pay attention. Okay. One thing I will do is make sure I have that piece and just tie this piece tighter. Okay, come on, get in there. Nice and snug. All right, we'll just use that as my last one. There we go. Okay, so pull, gather, pull it to your other side, and find your little pipe cleaner you got there. Put that right inside there. And hook it in there. And connect it to the other piece. Just doing the exact same thing we did on the other side, you guys. Just keep connecting them all the way through. And then fold it and get it out of your way. Fold that half, get it out of your way. All right, we still have our extras here. And it looks like we have 2 more to put on. Remember, normally it would just go back and forth, but unfortunately, I did cut it previously. So here we go. My arm was touching down. That's another thing. You can pull them up, adjust them, push them down if you don't like it. Piece of the mesh that you don't like, tuck that sucker under. And there's a little strand here, and I just don't like these things, so let's get rid of that. All right, here's our next piece. I can't believe this is actually worked out this well. I didn't think about whether or not the pieces will work after taking them off the tree. I just said I'd do it. And then today, after I was looking at stuff, I'm like, oh my God, is that going to work? And you know what? It did. But there's a short piece there, so I'm going to pull it all up. Gather it, just like you would any other piece, even though this is pre-treetop or whatever. There you go. And get your piece so that all the pieces are up here. You can always trim it, okay, guys? And then let's just hook it right inside our next twist tie. There we go. And twist that sucker in there really, really good. And connect it to the last one you just did. Oops, that one I forgot to pull down. My apologies. And just twist it in there. Oops, I went backwards. Twist it in there the best you can. And tuck them. Tuck that part that you just twisted two together. Get rid of that one. Leave this one open. Now, because this has that, and I didn't get to do it like the other one, I'm going to get rid of that little curly cue. And I got to get a drink of water, guys.
Hi, Laura.
Cool. Hi, Laura. How are you?
Hi, Stephanie.
Hi, Stephanie. So cool. Okay. And so, for those of you that just came on, we're almost on the last two steps here of putting the candy together. And I'll show you this, and I'll show you what they will look like, so you see the final product, what we're working for. Normally, all your pieces won't be cut like this, but like I said, I previously put it on a Christmas tree I was making, and it just wasn't, even though I had two big rolls of this, it was not enough to cover what I was working on. So I went ahead and I tore it apart. And I love this mesh, so I wasn't about to just throw it away. So that's why some pieces are pieces. But normally all you gotta do is once you start here, and you're just looping it. So you're not really cutting anything until your last loop. Okay, so anyways, let's just I'll show you guys. I already put a twist tie on here. Go ahead and twist that on. Nice and snug. And remember, you gotta bring that up. The part of the twist tie that you have not used on the other one, you're going to twist those two together. And that is going to secure them all in that one little area. I'm sure I didn't say that before, but yeah, it does. It just kind of keeps everything into that little bunch, that little puff right here that you have. Then here's my excess there for that one to hold this one. And now we got one piece. Let me fluff this up just a little. Okay, my last piece here, and thank you, Lord. That piece was for a bow, not for this. Okay, here's the last piece of this mesh. And for those who just came on, pretend that I hooked this on here, and then you go here, hook it on, and then you just loop it again this way. That's what I mean by not having to cut the edges constantly. But this is an upcycle piece, I'm calling it, so I have to cut it. But you can, you know what would be kind of cool? If someone made one of these and they used all kinds of mesh that they had little leftover pieces with, and just used those and made a multi-rainbow one. That'd be really cool. So anyways, let me go ahead and cut this because all those ends have been not good. Okay, but we got plenty here. So let's finish this part up, and then we'll show you the next step. And we can twist it just a wee bit. Okay, so once again, you only need a few inches here on the outside of your twist tie. Let's twist that puppy on there. Okay, and then you pull your tie from the last one you did to the first part of the tie, this one you just did. Combine them. Now this one may just be able to fold them all down, but I want to make sure they all work. And then I'm just going to roll them down out of my way. Roll this one down out of my way. Keep that one there. And by the look of it, I'm not going to need that one, so we probably could just go ahead and roll it down. But we're going to wait a second and make sure. So when you get to the end, you can do one or two things. You can do however you want. You can do it real tight, so you actually have to do an extra one. Or if you just want to get done and move on, and you think it looks okay, make it nice and loose, because you're going to pull all these up, and you're going to eventually catch that too. But I think I better look at it better before I tie it off, because I don't have a good hold of this one for whatever reason. Okay, guys, here we go. That looks okay. Let me pull the last one from that side to this side. Let me get the mesh to go the way I want it to go. And we're going to call that good. And we can adjust from there. All right. Let me turn it back over here. I can show you what I'm doing with it. I'm so glad that water's closed. I just spilled it. Okay. Oh, made it fall. Whatever. All right, here's my last one, guys. Don't worry about this frame showing right here, because we still have to adjust everything, okay? So eventually we'll get it all adjusted. And if you don't like it, it shows too much, feel free to go back and add another loop. Nobody will know the difference but you. And where's my tie slid? Okay. And as you can tell, I didn't glue any of these ties on, because there was no need, because you want them to move. So here we go, nice and snug. Get this to stay on there, nice and snug. Last one, I'm going to pull up to the last one I just did. And move that one out of my way. And I'm going to tie them. Just twist them all together many times as you want. And loop those suckers down. There we go. And they will hold for you. Now, by looking at it from this angle, it is just a small piece, but we're going to go ahead and start adjusting this. Okay, so you don't really have to add another piece if you don't want, okay? But I'm going to have to turn it this way because I can't see it that way. I'm sorry. Okay, so from here, there's two things you can do when you get to the edge. Okay, now I'll turn it back and just show you. One thing you can do, or three things. One, you can just leave it like that. Two, you can take, and I'll go ahead and do it this way and show you. Take your tie, a small one of course, put it through your mesh and put it through your frame. I'm not going to hook this because I'm not going to leave mine like that. And you can just fasten it and then loop these over so that this is pulling and it will hide your frame, okay? Or you can put a dab of glue along this edge, or just flip it however you like to do that will secure it for you. Now, the other side, once again, you can do the same thing here. You can just add a twist tie right there that holds everything down, and you can hide it underneath, which I'll just go ahead and do that as a temporary show. Or you can glue it, add an extra piece to it, however you want to do it. Flip it. I mean, you really can. Just do it however you like. I just want to make sure it stays down because I'm not going to glue anything just yet or attach this just yet. Okay, I just wanted to show you. And then once, cut that off, of course, and it won't show. Okay, so I'm going to raise you guys up, so watch your eyes. Hello again. For those who just came on, we are making this. Only something very similar. The mesh was on a Christmas tree that I didn't have enough, so I tore it apart, and we're making these out of it. So now we're at the point that this is what it looks like. And I hope you guys can see it. Okay. Now what we're going to do is I pre-made ribbons because I'm slow at making ribbons because of nerve damage. So I pre-made my ribbons, but I will do one and show you guys how to make a ribbon if you like. I do not mind. you just take a bow. I should make bow, huh? I didn't make no ribbon. I made a bow. You get your wires. And what you're going to do, you're going to place it all the way across, from one end to the other, across all those ties. And this one I just simply did not tuck under. Okay, you're going to hide all these ties. Let me bring that back down. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, so you can go bring your wire one end to the other. Bring them down. You okay? Oops, I lost my tie. And then you can tie it from behind. I'm just going to twist it temporarily. Make it stay, just so you guys can see what they look like. Okay, there we go. And, ooh, no wonder why that's in my way. That's funny. All right, let me just get rid of that. I don't know why that was like that. 1, 2, 3. Because I didn't cut some of them. Okay, you could actually leave the big edges on the side if you want. But what I'm going to do is, because I didn't do both sides even, because I had to add that extra piece by piece. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and I am going to cut those off. But you know what? I'll do that in a minute. And bring it back. We got one ribbon on. I hope you can see it. I hope you can see the ribbon. And what I did on one side, you do on the other. Pipe cleaner's in my way. Hang on. There we go. Okay. And this should be over here. All right. So I'm getting ready to put my other ribbon on there. And it's right here. My bow. I'm sorry. I keep saying ribbon. And we'll go ahead and untangle it. Get my 2 separations. Technically, for those that never made one, there's actually 4 wires there. You go ahead, and I'm going to do it this way because I am short. I didn't get that pulled up enough. That's okay. It won't show, so I'm not going to worry about it. Is you pull it together. Come on. It's not letting me get a hold of the wires, guys. That's what my problem is. Just bear with me. I will get it. I will fix it and make it stay. Okay, here we go. I'm just going to twist it a few times. And then once you twist it, your wire on, you can either cut it, but then you're leaving that sharp part. I would recommend kind of tucking it under through the frame and wrapping it a few times and then cut the excess. I know it's kind of long, but you won't have to worry about it because it will be hid. So anyways, we just put our other ribbon bow on here. And then once it's on there, adjust it. I do not have mine secure because I'm not going to secure it just yet. I saw something on it. I wanted to make sure it wasn't staying. So I want to pull that up. There we go. Okay. So it pretty much looks like this. Oh, sorry guys. Hope you didn't get dizzy. Pretty much will look like this. Both sides. There and there. And or you can flip it however you like it. It's up to you. I know one side is puffier than the other with excess because remember I didn't cut them, but I will go back and cut those now. That way each side will be equal. What it amounts to is you have 3 hooks on this side, 3 extra tails, the 10-inch tails, and then you have the 3 on the other side, which is your 10-inch tails. But let's see, I add it on this end. So these are my extra ones. And that one is cut. So these ones I did not need. I want to make sure I have my 3. 1, 2, that's my 3rd. And my little ones I can cut down when I get that far. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and cut these just so you guys can see where they would have been. Okay. I know I'm probably cutting it too high, but that's all right. This one's for me. I told myself I had to learn how to do this, and I did. So, okay, these I can just get rid of because they're too tiny and then recyclable. Okay. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, guys. So now I got my 3 and my 3. And any of the other little tiny ones that just show when we pull them together, you can always Ziploc tie them and towards the back and the nipple show. Or you can just fluff out your little ribbon, which obviously mine is not. Fluff it out. I laid it down on top of my ribbon, so that's never good. But good thing about wire ribbon, always use wire ribbon, is you could readjust it. So let's just go ahead, adjust it. You can make your tails any way you want them. You make your ribbon any color, any way you want them. It's totally up to your own imagination. You can add candies throughout of it, like candies coming out of your little ribbons, whatever. So anyways, there you go. And once again, yo, too low. There we go. I hope you can see this. It's hiding my face, so I can't. There's our little candy here. All these little things everywhere. Now, I'm just going to toss it aside, and I'm going to show you the one I did. And the reason why is because I don't have the back anymore. And this was my last backing. And for those who don't know, you can get these at the Dollar Tree. They're like round foam. And I just put them on the back for two reasons. One, it keeps it from scratching someone's door wall. Two, it hides if there's any mistakes, you can hide them. And three reasons, I guess you can say, it just really look nice. You just attach your Ziploc ties and go with that. This one's orange because it's my last one, and I was supposed to do a pumpkin with it, but that's okay. I love these. These are cool. It won't ever show because look, it doesn't show through. So this is, now I got twins minus the backing on yet. Okay, now the last thing we were going to do is make a ribbon. And let me grab my Pro Bowl right here. Whoops.
Oh, I just said love it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. We are going to make a ribbon. Let me show you my other two ribbon. The candies like that, I'm actually going to be doing a purple one. And I went ahead and I started making my bows. So I'm actually using black bows, pink and silver bows to make the bows that would go with my black or with my purple candy. So I'll have three. Yay. Anyway, so it's just fun to make. They're relaxing. Let me grab my Pro Bowl. Now the Pro Bowl is hard for me to do, not because it's a Pro Bowl and it's hard, because once you learn it, you got it. Pro Bowl is awesome. It's harder for me because due to my accident, no damage I have in my hands are pretty intense. Get a drink here. Thank you, Tammy. And I do have my handy dandy wire. Okay. If y'all want to stick around and watch me make a bow, you're welcome to. If not, I understand. This is a Pro Bowl, the hand. You can find these at probowlthehand.com. They're usually between, I don't want to misquote anybody, but I found mine on Amazon, and I paid $39.99. I got free shipping. So anyways, you want your wire, because we're going to make our bow. So with your wire, mine is 26 gauge. I've been told 24 is a lot better than 26, and from what I saw at my friend's house, I believe it, but this is what I got. So might as well use it, not waste, right? Pretty much just measure from one end of your Pro Bowl to the other and cut it. And then the next step is actually making sure they're folded in half. So we'll just do that too. Fold it in half, and now that piece is ready. You actually need 2 pieces of these to make a bow. And so let me get my next one going here. Once again, from one end of the Pro Bowl to the next. I always leave a little extra. Okay, now I can get rid of my wire. You can buy the wire pretty much anywhere. I actually have seen it at the Dollar Tree. Not often, but I have seen it there. Of course, they always look different, but it's, still the same thing, wire. Excuse me. Okay, I don't know what this is. Let me grab my wire, my ribbon, I'm sorry.
Sorry, I brought that for you.
Oh. Well, thank you, that's sweet. My daughter brought me lunch. Yay. Okay, let me set it out of the way. Okay, my last step here is I wanted to show you guys how to make a bow, even though I already made my bows for that. And so I have picked out for my next adventure, I wanted a Christmas bow. So decided to use this one. And then this is a inch and a half. And then I'm going to use this inch and a half with it. So it's a Christmas theme. This one has silver in it. So I'm also going to use my 2-inch silver ribbon. Let's just set that aside. That's the last part I do. And a 2-inch black ribbon. And I think I have enough of this particular black. If not, I will take it out. And I don't need 2 ribbons of it, so I only need 1. It should work. All right, first thing you got to do with the Pro Bowl, the hand, you get a side piece. I should just set that down there. Let me show you this. This is a side piece that comes with it. All it is a piece of wood, cleverly designed to hold your ribbon. You put your pegs in it. It usually holds 3 ribbons at a time, or 6 if you're doubling. I'm only going to use 2 of the holes because I'm doubling my ribbons together instead of doing them separate. Because the less I got to do on my hands with the pulling, the better I am. Let me put these over here. I want this one on top. So this will be my first ribbon. This is my second. So what I'm going to do is put these on the first part of my little ribbon holder here. I don't know if you can see it. I hope you can. I can pull you up just a little. So I'm putting here. And then this one here. Let me take out my pen. Hey, I got 1 item with a pen in it. 1. And I even have a pen holder. Yay. Thanks to my friend. All right, let's get in there. Thank you. Okay, so here's my Pro Bowl. I am going to do for the little bowls. Technically, I'm using 2 colors, but I'm going to do it twice. So my inner 2, and then the second level will be the same ribbon. And then my outer 2 will be my big 2-inch bows. And once we combine them all, let's see if I can do it with my hands. And let me tell you, my hands have not liked me today and yesterday. Oops, I got my ribbon backwards. My apologies. I want them to face this way where they're coming out, because that's the way I'm going to use them the most. And when you get this far, go ahead, and before you even start with your tails, go ahead and cut your ducktails before you even start with placing them where you want them. That way they are done. You don't have to try to come back and pick through your ribbon unless you want to come back and cut them. Whoops. Pay attention to how I'm cutting. Not you, me. I was cutting it backwards. Okay. So I got my 2 ribbons here that I want to start with first. I did my ducktail. Ducktail is basically a V in your ribbon, in case you don't know. Okay, so I'm going to hook them together. And then on the side, okay, I probably should have told you, on the Pro Bowl of the hand, there's a BF in the front, which is where you put your little main holder, I guess you would call it. I don't know what they call these things, but this is your center point. For this particular ribbon, I'm not doing a center bow. They would just all look like the bows that I'm making for my other ones like this. They'll just look like that. But I want 3 pegs on each side, so I'm putting them in 3 different holes, and I am using the C line. So what I'm going to do, because I don't want my tails too long for this particular project, but I do want them long enough so that then my next project that I'm doing, I want them to show some. And remember, if you don't like it, you can always cut them shorter. So I'm actually going to just go ahead and go between B and C, and that's my starting point. So where it equal with the B and C with my centerpiece, I will gather that. And then our little wires that we bent in half, I will take this here. I wish I knew how to bring Tammy into these things, into these calls. I would twist it on, and this is actually really hard for me, guys. I know it's not hard for most people, but it's only because of the damage done to my hands from my accident. It really sucks. Okay, so next step is you put it to the back and your tails loop to the front. See, I wish I knew how to call Tammy in. I know there's a thing on these lives where you can bring somebody else in with you. I just don't know how to do it yet, but I will learn it. So anyways, once you do that, I'm bringing my tail to the front of these ribbons, of these pegs, because they have to be in the center point, because I'm going to be starting at this one with my loop, bring it back around. So the first thing you got to do is get it on there, and you got to secure your ribbon. So you got to twist the top very hard. In my luck, I'm actually doing this backwards, which wouldn't surprise me. That's why I want it, Tammy. But that's all right. And the other one, I'm going to put, there's a little nail on a pro bow down below. And you just flip it, other wire through that a few times. And then you just kind of tuck it out of your way and get rid of it. Don't think about it for a while until the end. And then you go from there. Okay, so it's gone. Okay, so now we're back to making a bow. You want to keep it snug. So what I'm going to do is hold it here at the back. I'm going to loop my ribbon around the first peg. And I'm doing 2 ribbons at a time, guys, because it's just too hard for me to do one at a time. I know it don't make sense, but that's just the way it goes for me, I'm afraid. And I can see that my ribbon is loose here on the bottom. So I want to make that more snug. The wire I just put on the bottom. Sometimes I have to do it twice. Remember, I admit, I'm new with the Pro Bow. I am learning it, though. And I actually think I did the top backwards. And there was a way to better undo that, which I did it wrong. All you had to do was pull the top and bring it right up, and you wouldn't have that problem I just made. Anyways, there we go. So I got that there. I'm just going to loop it the opposite way, nice and snug. Okay, here we go. Now we can start. Because now I can pull my ribbon. And what I'm doing is I'm bringing it back to where, I know you can't see me, but I'm bringing it back to the center one. And what I would do here, make sure it stays. It doesn't want to. Okay, stay. Like talking to a puppy dog. Stay, doesn't work. Okay, so anyways, I'm going to gather. The first time you go around making your bow, you don't have to do that little loop. Because why? It's still forward, so you don't have to do the twist. That goes up there. This one comes around here. And then just kind of hold it. Bring it. Now you're gathering it at the back. But you got to do the little bottom up thing, like a little twist. Because you want the bottom part. I'm sorry, guys. This is just not working with me. I want that title. Let me loop it back around. Nice and snug. Thank you. I should have done it that way to begin with and left it. Okay, anyways, we're done with that. Now, we got the other wire. This other wire is called a helping wire. The reason why is it helps hold the ribbon, which is really good for someone like me. You just kind of slide that under the bow that you just made the loop. I'm not letting go of my loop because I don't have a helping wire there to sew it yet or to catch it yet. And I bring my wire here. Make sure I got them even. I saw how it moved on me, so I want them even. I don't want to waste. That's too much wire to waste. So I'm going to go ahead and readjust my wire here, folks. Because I may actually need that in the long run. Come on. Okay, anyways, there we go. So what you do, once you get it through that hoop, I wish I can show you guys. What you do is you loop it, you flip it, okay? Bottoms up. And get the extras out of my way. Bottoms up. And then you, once again, you got to gather it right there and twist it. At the back of your ribbon, the second wire, you're twisting just once. Top and bottom. Don't tuck those two. You're going to need them. And then you just bring your ribbon to that same hoop that you put the first tails through and loop that right through it. That's the 2 center part of your ribbon. And you pull it snug. Now, I know you can't see, but when I get to the back and I'm doing a bottom up again, I want to make sure, okay, bottoms up. I want to make sure that my wire will tie that second ribbon loop I just did to the same area as the first ribbon loop that we done. We don't want to lose that. You want that straightness. And I'm not good at that, so I will not promise that it will look like that when I'm done. But I'm going to try. Anyways, there we go. Now, I got that done, and I only got my 2 ribbons, my 2 tails. So once again, I'm done. I need to go ahead, fold your ribbon in half. A measure approximately on the side between the 2 that you were doing them on to begin with. And there's your tails. Now, I wanted 2 tails of the same, or 4 ribbons, loops of the same ones. So I'm going to go ahead and cut my, they call them ducktails. Oops, let me get a little less there. My ducktail here. And my little ducktail here. And we'll go ahead and get those cut. And I always want to do it the wrong way. Okay, I'll get rid of these. And I'm going to place them here. And what we did to the first one, you're going to do the exact same thing to the second one. With the exception of you're starting on this for your loops. You're starting on the second one because this is your second set of ribbons. So you measure them. And that's about right, actually. Good guess. And then all I'm going to do, even though I measure them, I'm going to bring them up to show you. I'm gathering once again where my center piece is. There's my tails. Put it back here. You want your wire to match up in the back. I know you can't see, but I'm doing the best I can with matching them. So we're just going to do a nice solid twist. One good twist to hold it. And then you come over here. You loop it again. Nice and snug. And then you gather them. And then at the back, remember, bottom up. So once again, you're flipping it. When people say bottoms up, that's what they mean. You're flipping your ribbon. On lives is what I'm talking about. Let's see. And then, once again, nice and snug. Pull tight and twist it once. Okay. Those 2 wires you leave, remember, you don't cut them. I did the bottom up. Whoops. I did do the bottom. Let me show the mistake I made. Okay. This is so easy to do because this ribbon looks like it's both ways. Reality, it really isn't. So what I'm going to have to do, because somehow I lost this ribbon, I am going to go ahead and untwist it because somehow it twisted itself away from how I wanted it. And I don't know where I did it at. Yeah. I have to start right, at the very beginning. Dang. I'm glad I noticed it before I cut it. So people make mistakes. What I did is I forgot to flip it to the pretty side. Now my ribbons are crooked because I did that, but that's all right. We'll just get it out of our way. So you go ahead, you undo what I just did, undo it. And you gather it again in the same spot. Put that puppy right back in there. You okay, honey? Okay. You put that thing right back in there, where it was, and pull it, twist it as tight as you can, at least one good one. And then you do it again. And now see how that's forward. And with the first one, you don't have to do the bottom up because it's already naturally that way. And you loop it around. You pull it back, nice and snug. And you get to where the wire is at the back, and you do your bottoms up. Grab a hold of my wires. Make sure they're in the same spot as all the other ones. And nice and snug. One good twist. And then they'll flip back to the other side already. And my ribbon is getting tangled because I started wrong with it. My apologies. But that's okay. Mistakes happen, and then you just continue. You get up and do it again, just like anything else in your life. Something happens, don't like, fix it. And if you can't, you just move on, and that's what happens. Life goes on. Okay, once again, you loop it around to the second one.
Tammy said done that before.
Done. I don't feel so bad then. Okay, so anyways, Tammy says she's done it before. That's cool. Get your wire. You match them up in the back. And you make sure you do your nice one twist. Or if you have to, with a thicker ribbon and you feel like you need it, do it more than one twist. But you don't want to get so far out away from the other ribbon that you have this gasp, because you just don't want that. Okay, now our last step for these pretty ribbons is to measure in between for our tails. Once again, fold them both in half so you can cut them both at once. Put them approximately where I was measuring to and just cut those puppies off. And there's our ducktails. Now, I'm just going to toss these aside. I probably should roll them. No, I can't over there. I forgot. Who's over there? I'll just set those aside. My second ribbons, my group of ribbons, which I only have to do this section one time. And they're ready to go. Let me tell you. They want to be made. All right. What we're going to do, you always got to cut your the ducktails. And once again, I want to do it backwards. Oh, let me tell you guys something about the ribbons. Just so you know, the wire ribbons obviously have wire in it. They're called wire ribbons. But this little piece that sticks out, or when you cut it, sometimes it just falls out of that material, and then you got this. If you're like me, you walk around almost 99% of your life barefooted. These suckers hurt. And they can go in very deep into your feet or your children's feet or your pet's feet. So if you see those, clean them up right away. Grab a good hold of them. If you have to get tape to pick them up. And make sure you throw those right into your recycling bin or garbage can, because those things really hurt. You can get them into your hands if you're sweeping them. Just be extra cautious with those. Because, some people might want to do this with their kids, and those things are just terrible. But they make beautiful ribbon, so we put up with it. Once again, toss it. Rather be safe than sorry. All right, so now these are both my 2-inch ribbons. And I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to measure in between the two areas that I did the first ones. And yes, they are bigger, so it might be a little awkward at first getting used to doing this. But you're just going to do the exact same thing you just did. Loop it through, bring it to the back, gather it just a little because they're a lot bigger, and get it nice and snug, and lock it in. And then what you do is the exact same thing on the other side. You're doing your first loop on your pin. Now remember, each of my ribbons, even though I only got 6 pegs up here, I'm actually making a total of 12 hoops. No, 1, 2, 3. I got 6 total. So yes, 12 hoops, because I doubled my ribbons on one peg instead of having all 6 pegs. Okay, so I'm going to pull my last one nice and snug. Make sure I don't mess it up, since it is my last one, huh? And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to loop bottoms up. Let me get a hold of my wire. I'm sorry. I didn't want to come. Okay, get a hold of your wire, nice and snug, and you're going to have to twist it. Once again, you want to try your hardest to keep them all in order. Nice and twist, one good loop. I think I did that twice, but it's my last one. So, okay, bring my ribbon this way. Oh, I ran out. I knew I would on this one, so let me just pass that out of my way. Okay, I'm not going to worry about that. I should have enough. I thought I did. So let's see if I am correct. I already got half of it done. So here we go. Oh, my hair's in my face. Sorry. Here we go. We're going to go ahead and we're going to do our last loop. I know you're probably getting tired. I understand that. But anyways, this is our last loop, you guys. We're going to gather our ribbon. And then once again, once you're gathering it, bottoms up. Let me get a better hold of that. I kind of released it a little. Bottoms up. Get rid of this out of my way. Now I'm going to take my roping wire again. And you're going to go ahead and lock it in. Just like you did all the other ones. And try to keep them straight, which is a very hard thing for me to do with my hands. But that's okay. If it's not perfect, I can always take it apart and redo it. Bottoms up. I'm going to do this a few times because I'm actually done adding ribbon. And now what I'm going to do, yay, made it with a black ribbon, is go over here And I'm going to cut it with my ducktail in between the areas that my other ones were cut. So they're about the same size, see? And then what we're going to do is you untwine, usually from the top, but since I didn't get a good hold of it, you untwine your ribbon from the middle center, and from the little tiny nail down there, which you all can't see, you untwine it. You take your original wires, and I'm just going to wrap it here just to get it out of my way for a second, because now the important part is gathering your main wires, because now you got to get a good hold of those. You got to get a good hold of all your ribbon parts here and push them as best you can together. Oh, my hair. As best you can together and lock them in. So let me get a better hold of this. I know it's coming off my ring. It usually does on me for whatever reason. I got a pesky fly bothering me. Snuck in the door. Okay, what you do is tight as you can, you lock them. This last ribbon part that I'm doing with the wire, I'm actually doing a few times just because I want to make sure they stay. I'm going to take them off of that. And this is what you get. A little messy, but this is what I get. Okay, these should all be straight and even. And hopefully I did it halfway decent. I think I did okay. Okay, and then you still have your 4 wires. You grab hold of that. I'm just going to try to twist it just a little because you're not going to cut them off. You want those wires, okay? So I'm just going to twist them just a little together. So make sure you have your 4 wires. And you can go ahead and get rid of your Pro Bowl because I'm only doing one. I'll just set these aside. I'll clean it up in a minute. I always put my Pro Bowl away. At the same time I use it, I won't ever leave it out because I don't want it to take a chance on getting destroyed. My next step is, believe it or not, my homemade fluff, or what do you call it, fluff box. Let me angle you down. It's not perfectly homemade, but I had scratch wood. I never cut with the saw before. Not truly. So I pieced it all together. This is what I got. Sucker's heavy, and it works very well. I do have to get an eye hook. My friend Tammy actually given me one, and somehow between her house and home, it disappeared. And she's going to help me get all this adjusted. All this is basically is a square box. You can get them from the, I do believe the Pro Bowl, the hand as well. You can purchase this or make your own. A lot of people made their own because they only cost, they're not that expensive, but the shipping is murder from what I understood. Although I love Pro Bowl hand. So anyways, your ribbon basically looks like this, okay? This is pretty much what you get right here. So our next step is go at an angle. You're pretty much going to be making it in an X. It's okay. I'm so thirsty. Love, that's your water right there if you like it. Mm-hmm. And remember how I had 2 of everything? Let's see. I had 2 of everything. So what you're going to do, start at one side, separate your tails, okay? Make your little X or cross. I'm at a cross right now from where I'm sitting. Do one side, what you did on one side, you got to do the other side. Notice this side was tail. This side is ribbon. I have my black here, my silver here. So when I separate my ribbons, I want to put my black on the side where I got the silver and the silver on the side where I got the black. So I'm separating them so they're not all clogged up. And then you just adjust it however you want to adjust it. Or you separate them all first and adjust them later, which is probably what I have to do because it's facing away from me. Next step is go back to your other side. Once again, still got your ribbon. You got your black on one side, your silver on the other. This time you want your black on the side that you don't already have a black loop. And you're going to separate them. And get that to this other side. And Tammy, if I'm doing this wrong, let me know. I'll adjust it on a later date here. Or a later moment. Now, all my black is almost done except for my tails. And I have a black tail here, no black tail here. Therefore, I know this black tail has to go on this side. And my gold tail has to go over here because I have a gold tail here. Now, our next step is we are working with the Christmas ribbons. Okay. Remember, I did everything double. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to separate the two ribbons. One on one side, one on the other. What I do on this half, I come over here, and it will be my tails. So if I have my dots on this side, I want to make sure that I have my dot tail. The first one go to the opposite side. Okay, so my dots are here. And then my red and stripe ones will be on the opposite side with the dot. Okay, am I doing this right, Tammy? Because I'm trying. Okay.
Tammy said you're doing fine.
Yay. Okay, now if I have my striped tail here, that means my dot's here, and I got the other half of my ribbon, and we already did our little bows parts here. This ribbon means that I have to have a dot on this side, so I have to pull it this way, and my striped one goes this way. And what I do on one side, I got to go to the other, and the other side should be the bows. I have a dot bow on this side and dot ribbon, which I just kind of put them together. So now I have to do the opposite. Oops. I have to get my dot ribbon on this side. Oops. Come on, all of you, not just half. It's kind of hard doing it backwards, guys. I'm sorry. My ribbon here and my checker one there. Now we're going to turn back around. I just want to adjust this a little because that was bothering me. Help me see it better. Now, okay, I'm on my tails again. Because remember, I had a total of 4 of these on each side. A total of, so it'd be a total of 8 of these 2 colors put together. So if I have my dot here, I want the dot here and this one here. So, wait, Tammy, this is where I get confused every single time. Nope, I'm right. Okay. So we're just going to bring that over. And that one there. And there. Oh, this one didn't move. That's my problem. Come on, you got to move. Okay, now we're almost done. Let me turn it to the opposite side here. Now, I got my dot here. It has to go over here. I know I already got dot tails, but I don't have really but 1 dot loop, and there should be 2. So we're going to separate them. Now I got my second loop, and I'll adjust all that later. Once again, this is the top part. On this one, because they're all the same, I have to have my dot tail, my other tail on the opposite side, and this on the opposite side. So I just, whatever, try to make them work. And once I go back and adjust everything, you can, decide if you liked it there or not. So over here. Now, I got my loop here, my little dot there. So I need my loop here, my dot on the opposite end. So now I'm pretty much got everything separated where they go. Now from this point, what you got to do is fluff it. Decide if that's how you like it. If you want something different, you want to cut your ribbon shorter, the tails, and just go from there. I, on the other hand, am simply going to fluff them out because I'm still learning this myself. So if I just kind of fluff them out a little, I can see better how they will look. And for this project, I'm not really after perfection, the one that I'm doing, because I want it to be a little, crazy. This is for a different project, guys. I just wanted to show you how to make the bows for the candy that we already made, okay? So, because I pre-made them. All I'm doing is getting my stuff to loop and just gathering them. Puffing out my bows, my little tails here. And see how better that's starting to look already? All I'm doing is fluffing it. Let's get that too. Like a little. One good thing about the wires, somehow that's, oh well, I'm not gonna worry about it. Once I turn it, I'll be able to see it better. But once you get to little bows, because they're wild what? This is cool. The wild ribbon. This is what great. They got messed up. Pull that sucker right back out. Fluff it right back up. Put it right back where you want it. Now I gotta go back over here and fix this piece because it's gonna drive me nuts. Okay. I think I actually like that one over there. I know it should have been there to begin with. I think I flipped it and didn't realize. Anyway, so basically you're doing an X. You have like a red one over here, you have to have a red one here. If you have a purple one here, you have to have a purple one there. It's kind of like just the opposite ends, and everything has to be on the opposite to make this full, beautiful, luscious bow. And this is our last step. This is our bow. I'm just going to take it off and show you because I had to put my big Christmas tree bow back on this to hold it because I made this huge bow and I don't want it destroyed. I don't want it to get all crushed. I just keep it on this for now. Let me bring you up higher. And here we go. This is how basically you would make a bow on a pro bow for a candy, a wreath, whatever you want. I got a few projects going here, so these are the bows. Got more sitting on there, but that's okay. And you grab a candy cane. So I don't have the back to finish this, but I did show you on the other one. This is the one that we just did today. Let me back up a little so you can see a little bit more of it. And once again, all my pieces were kind of pieced together. You can go through this. Feel free when you make yours to go through them. You can go through them. You can punch them out. You can make it full, adjust your edges. You can paint, use zip ties or thing, which I don't know why that was there. But anyways, make your little ends. Feel free to go through them and trim them, which I have to do on this side because I'm only supposed to have the main 3. And remember, mine were pieces, so mine are kind of just a little messed up there, but I'm going to fix that. So anyways, I hope you enjoy this tutorial. I hope that you will try to make your own if that's what you want to do. And don't forget, you can do the back from the Dollar Tree as well. Try to get the right color though, but this is mine, so it'll just be on the wall. Nobody will know the difference. These are a lot of fun to make. They're real simple. They can be time consuming, but sometimes when you're just sitting in front of a TV or something and you're bored, just whip one out. So once again, I am Shauna from Ring of Light Crafts. Some people call me Tiffy. And I thank you all very much for joining me today. And feel free to share this with anybody you want to. Pass it on. Share the love, as they say. Like and follow me if you wish. And let me know what you thought about this tutorial. Even on a replay, feel free to comment. And once again, be blessed. Thank you for joining me. Bye.